If you've been having problems making sales on eBay, you're not alone. I hear from so many people who are struggling to make sales or they're having slow sales, and a lot of the problem can be the eBay algorithm. And in this video, I'm gonna dive into how the eBay algorithm works and 3 things that you can do to beat the algorithm and start making sales.
Hey, I'm Lee Meyer, and I'm the founder of Listing of Freedom and the Empowered Reseller. And I help clothing resellers make more money without hustling harder. Let's get started.
All right, so before we jump in and talk about how to beat that eBay algorithm, if you're selling the wrong things, if you're selling the things that nobody wants, what I am about to tell you will not matter, because if you don't have the items that people want, no matter what you do, the algorithm is not going to push items that nobody wants. Hopefully that makes sense. So the base kind of platform foundation is to start with the items that people want. If you're wondering, what you should be selling, if you're a clothing reseller and you're saying, hey, what brands should I be selling? I do have a free list, and in this list, I go through the brands that I personally sell, and these are the brands that have led me to make over $100,000 on sites like eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari, and you'll find the link to grab that free resource in the description below this video. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about that eBay algorithm. Now, the eBay algorithm is more or less somewhat of a black box. We don't exactly know what's inside it. We don't exactly know all the inner workings, but we do know the purpose of the algorithm, and understanding the purpose of the algorithm will help us understand how it works. And so the purpose of the algorithm, no matter what platform you're on, today we're specifically talking about eBay and eBay's algorithm. The purpose of that algorithm is to get the items that buyers are searching for into their search results. Now, this is very, very different than trying to get your items in front of a buyer that a buyer may or may not want. I hope you understand that small but significant difference. So how can you make sure that buyers are able to find your items? Well, let's first dive into the first way, and that is through keywords. Now, keywords are what buyers are typing in when they are searching for the particular item that they want. Buyers are not generally coming onto the platform saying, oh, let me look and see what I like. Let me look and see what's cute. They're generally coming and looking for a specific type of item. Maybe it's a shirt. Maybe it's a certain color of a shirt. Maybe it is a certain sleeve length or a certain collar, or maybe it's a certain type of material like knit. They're looking for those certain types of items, particular types of items. And so when they go to that search bar, you can think of doing your own searches when you are looking to buy things online. You are going and typing in those specific keywords that you're looking for. So I would suggest putting anything that has to do with the material, the type of the collar, the type of the sleeve, if it's knit, what style it is. Maybe it is like a boho look, or it's a loose flowy look. Put that as your keyword. And where should you be including these keywords? Well, there's 2 specific places that I recommend using keywords. The first is obviously in your title. Now, I see a lot of people skip this section. You get 80 characters in your title, and I see a lot of people putting like women's shirt instead of using up all of those 80 characters. You're gonna try and want to use all of those 80 characters, fill that space. The more that you can get into those titles, into that keyword, the more that you can use those 80 characters, the more likely that your item is going to be able to show up when a buyer types in a keyword that is in your title. The second place where you're going to want to use those keywords is in your description. Now, you don't have to rewrite your whole title again. An easy way to do this is what I do for my own business. I just copy and paste that title into the description. So it takes me like a split second to get that put into the description. If there's any extra keywords that I didn't have room for in my title, then that's where I would go and add them. And when you are writing your descriptions, you want to remember that search engines, whether it's Google or eBay specifically, they're going to rank higher. They're gonna give priority to what comes first. And so the higher up, you don't wanna put it 10 lines down in your description, but put it right in the first 1 or 2 lines of what that style is, what those keywords are to describe your items. And then save lower down in your description for maybe like your return policy or measurements and that sort of thing that are gonna be less important when it comes to showing up in the algorithm. The second way to beat that eBay algorithm is to make use of those item specifics. This is the section on eBay, whether you're on your phone or you're listing from the desktop, and it's all of these little fields that they want you to fill out. There's some that are required, and then there's a whole bunch that are optional. Now that optional, it is actually very important, so I would recommend not skipping this and try to fill out as many of those item specifics as you can. Now, the cool thing about this is when you enter keywords into your title, a lot of times eBay is smart enough to go in and pull that into your item specifics. So it can save you a lot of time. So if you enter, let's say mock neck, then it will know if I'm listing, say, a women's sweater, it will know that the neck type is a mock neck and I won't have to re-enter the same information twice. It does show you how many buyers are searching for those specific terms, and that can be really helpful to know where to spend your time and which ones to maybe, skip over. The third way to beat that eBay algorithm is to make sure that your seller status is in very good condition, or that preferably that you are a top rated seller. Now, eBay looks at several criteria when they're rating sellers, and they look at your feedback. They look at if you have items not as described, or a high return rate, or a lot of shipments not being fulfilled on time. And that's what they take into account when they rate your seller status. And so if a buyer is searching for an item and there's 2 items that match that search term, which seller do you think they're gonna rate higher? A seller who has very good status or a seller who has subpar status? They're gonna rate, they're gonna rank, they're gonna show the seller's items who has a good customer service, who's shipping on time, because it makes eBay look good. And that's what eBay is about. They're providing good customer service to their shoppers. And in turn, eBay will reward you for giving good customer service, for shipping on time, and they will show your listings ahead of other sellers. So remember to use those keywords in both the description as well as the title, and enter as many item specifics as you can. This is what helps buyers be able to find the items they are looking for. And in addition, be sure to maintain an excellent seller status by shipping on time, providing good customer service. And when you do these things, you will be able to beat the eBay algorithm and start seeing sales coming your way. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.